Good day, everyone. My name is Josh Thurman. I'm the technical trainer with MLS Technology, and I did want to give you guys a quick preview as to what's coming. The new Matrix 12 update is going to introduce a lot of new features for all of you to explore in your free time. And a lot of these new features are starting to be rolled out as the new default for Matrix. So you definitely want to become familiar with them sooner rather than later. And I'm going to show you guys how you can freely explore these. So you'll notice here on my screen, I do have the traditional Matrix view pulled up, but there are already some key differences that you want to be aware of. In the upper right-hand corner, namely, there is the ability now to customize the size of your header. So you can go into what we like to call a shrinked header view, where it just minimizes the header and frees up the space on your screen. And this will happen across all of your matrix areas. So you can go into a search. It will stay in this view for you so that speed bar and everything at the top is minimized, taking up a lot less space for you to free up more room for screen view. This is all just the default size when you're in full screen in your browser. This is one of the new features that's being released with this update. One of the other ones is the ability to change the text size. So by default, my text size is at its largest, but you can click this button in the upper right hand corner and change the size to be a bit smaller if need be, or you can set to the default, which is the largest view. The goal with a lot of these updates is to make Matrix even more mobile friendly as well. So the key thing to remember here with those changes, you do now have those abilities to switch back and forth. So if for some reason you ever do get stuck with a certain text size or a certain option, just remember those are going to be found in this upper right hand corner and you can make those adjustments as needed. The other thing is a lot larger of an update, and that is an overhaul to the Matrix homepage. So that is completely different in the new Matrix, but you do have the ability now to change to our new perspective. To do that, all you have to do is go up in the right-hand corner and find your name. There's now going to be a toggle option that defaults to classic mode, which is what we're currently viewing. That will be set to the default for all of you, so you don't have to worry about opening up your matrix and seeing something unfamiliar to you. But it's highly encouraged for you to flip this toggle and choose to switch to our new dashboard so you can look at this new layout that Matrix will eventually be defaulting to. You definitely want to, as quickly as possible, start to become familiar with this layout. This will eventually be the default for Matrix. There are a few key things to highlight in this new layout. The find bar is centralized at the top, so that hasn't changed. You can still access your speed searching up here at the top. So if you need to quickly type in an agent name or an MLS number or some property data, as you see here, all of that will still function as normal. You'll still find recent searches there, but the dashboard will have a new look and layout that's a lot more mobile friendly as well as a bit more modern in its outlook. So you can actually drag and drop these tiles to customize their placement on the screen. That's really nice. If you're wanting to get rid of certain tiles, you can hide or collapse their views using the three vertical dots in the upper right hand corner of those tiles. And just like before, the only tile that doesn't allow for customization is your news and alerts. With this new addition, you also have a new timeline feature, and that's going to be accessed via this upper left hand two right pointing chevron arrows. You can click on that to expand this timeline view, and this will give you any active notifications from your client's one home portal. So this is intended for you to access quickly, client specific one home activity and instantly reply to notes from a dedicated page. So you can actually go in and create a reply to notes that they make on properties now in one home. So this gives you even more client interaction and notification accessibility on your dashboard just by clicking this notifications timeline arrow. By the way, hovering over any of these options does give you a tooltip. So at any point, you can be reminded of what those particular options will pertain to. If you're needing to make additional edits to your dashboard, you can also do so with this Edit Dashboard button at the top. And that will actually give you the ability to toggle certain items on or off. So that way you can change the view. But again, that functionality is also available through the three vertical dots in the upper corner of those tiles. In addition to this new layout, the new search also gets an additional overhaul. Some of you may be familiar with the new search. You can access that by hovering over our search tab and choosing try our new search. This now has a bit more in terms of features that are available to you. You'll want to once again familiarize yourself with this search layout as it is soon to be the new Matrix default. Come in here and check this out, see the new search, and see what functionality you have. If you're familiar with the layout of Realist, is very similar to that type of layout, where you're going to see your criteria in this left-hand panel. At the very top, you can define which property type you're searching for. So defaults to residential currently, but you can change to commercial. You can change to vacant land, lease, or cross property, which again is that all of the above designation. So any of those results available to you right on there. You can minimize the search fields panel so you get a results specific view, or remaximize it again by clicking these upper left hand arrows to expand or minimize that. You'll see all of your criteria in this left hand panel, such as your status, active dates, minimum, maximum price points, bedroom, bathroom count. And as you continue to scroll, you can fill out any of those searches that you need for your prospective buyers or your necessary CMA searching. So all of this is available for you right there in the new search. You can save or clear defaults just like you would have prior, with default values or even default fields. And you might be asking yourself, well, what if there's a field on this view that I need to add? Well, don't worry, we've got you covered there too. You can actually come up to this customize search fields cog at the top, and that will actually allow you to add or remove relevant or irrelevant search criteria fields. You'll notice as well that all of our existing criteria fields are available in this right-hand column, all of the ones that are selected in this left-hand column. So you have a maximum of 50 fields that you can use for criteria searching. If you're not able to find one you're looking for, you can use this filter option at the top, and it will allow you to actually filter those. So maybe we want to add like a public remarks field in there. We can type in the word public at the top and find that field, and it will allow us to add that to our list. Once we hit save, that will give us the option to go back and see our new search field at the bottom of our list. So just like before, the searching still works with your asterisks. You can actually type in an asterisk and it will adjust the matches to only find things in the public remarks that use those asterisks. But unlike with the public remarks field or subdivision, where you might need to use an asterisk, you now don't need to use a plus or minus in your list, price, or bedroom bathroom count fields. You'll have a minimum and maximum field that will automatically adjust based on what you fill in. So what I mean when I say that, of course, if you type in a 3 here, that's going to give you 3 plus as a default. So you don't have to worry about actually typing that character in anymore. You will notice as well as I was going in to make adjustments to this search that our matches are updating in the upper left-hand corner of this results panel, which includes both the map view and the table view by default. This is something that you can customize using the icons to the right, different set of views for the table at the bottom. You can either do the list view, which is more like your default table view. You can do a more thumbnail centric view as well, or you can even do a card view now as well to kind of see those. If you want to centralize the table card slash thumbnail view, you can just click on this expand option and it will centralize that as your results view. Clicking that button again brings you back to your map view, and then clicking these arrows at the top brings your criteria back into focus. The same is true with map. You can expand the map using that expand button, shrink it using the shrink, pull your criteria back in using the panel at the top left. So this gives you a dynamic way to view your results as well as your criteria all on one single page. All the map tools still function the same as well. You can draw a radius, you can draw a rectangle, a polygon, freehand ruler. Those are all in the upper actions of this section. And you can even set and clear default shapes or views in your map using that particular section. Zooming in and out actually focuses your criteria and narrows the focus of your search. Clicking on an icon pulls up a summary on the right-hand panel. One other thing that's worth noting on the search results screen is the ability to view photos in full screen. This is a new feature that comes with this search. If we click on a property here in our table view, we get that summary panel back. And under the summary panel, you can click on the photo and it will actually appear in a full screen view. So this way you can actually see photos on a larger perspective and scroll through them as you'd like. This will actually give you um, kind of close to a full screen resolution for them so you can see more detail on those listing photos. So if you click back to photos at the top there, this will also bring you to a panel that will centralize these photos in a view that you can see via this card. That's also controllable via the icons in the upper right hand corner. So you can flip back and forth between the individual photo view or the photo grid view. To get out of this view, all you have to do is click the X in the upper right hand corner, and that will take you back to your results screen. If you're needing to do an auto email or save some search criteria, all of that's controlled by the action buttons that are now appearing at the upper right hand corner of your results screen. You can print to access print features. You can save to do a new save search or speed bar shortcut. You can send emails, auto emails, or share links to listings. And if you're needing some additional actions like creating CMAs or maybe getting that directions panel open, they're all going to be grouped under this singular actions panel where you can then choose to generate a CMA, generate directions, see the statistics, do an export, add to carts, generate a quick CMA, access your showing time, or you can even go back to your classic search view with the current criteria you're searching for. You can also see that there's a lot more ways to dynamically view your listing data. Of course, clicking on an individual listing pulls up that summary page, but if you wanted to pull up your more traditional view, all you have to do is hit view details, and that brings you right back into your traditional property view. Once you're done with that, hitting close brings you back to the new search page. So everything here is functioning with the same integration, even for your classic views. You can also adjust the size of the table panel view along with the map. And it's just going to centralize all that information for you so you can see everything in one view without affecting your workflow at all. And again, keep in mind, all of this I'm showing you isn't the default yet. This is what will eventually become the default. So you still have the option of using your classic views and searches. Keep that in mind since this is something that Matrix is leaning heavily into permanently switching at some point. We don't have a hard date on that or anything, but you definitely want to become comfortable with these sooner rather than later. That's going to cover it for this layout view. Thank you guys for your time today, and you all have a wonderful day.